So they added a lowered skill-based matchmaking system into Black Ops 7. Did this fix all the issues that everybody's having? Did this make the game 10 times better? Well,
no.
I can't believe that it took us almost 5 years for them to actually decide to test a lowered skill-based matchmaking bracket in their beta or just in their game in general. I will say that the lowered SBMM playlist did feel a little bit more chill than what it was before. I don't know if it was a placebo effect. We could all just be taking sugar pills and they're being told that it's a lowered skill-based matchmaking, but in reality it's just the same thing that we had before, and they're probably just sitting there laughing to themselves as everybody's glazing this new game mode like it's the best thing ever, and they're like, oh yeah, like, see, they don't know what they're even talking about, so, you know, they could just switcheroo it right when the game launches and keep their SBMM in there and try to show us that we didn't know what we were talking about all this time.
Wrong. It's over when I say it's over.
Unfortunately for them, when I'm playing this new SBMM game mode, or the lowered skilled SBMM game mode, or whatever you want to call it, the first match is what you're seeing in the background. It's a full sniper lobby. I haven't seen one of these in so long. I have not been a part of a full sniper lobby on an enjoyable hardpoint match, and God knows how long. It was actually really refreshing, and I commented that when I was playing. I was like, wow, like, I'm actually enjoying myself playing a full sniper match, and I'm not like the greatest sniper of all time. I don't think I'm the greatest player of all time, but it was just the fact that it was something different. Everybody wasn't running red guns, and I was running a wild card or overkill class, so I could run a sniper as my secondary. And when I realized that this lobby was more snipers than red guns, I just switched over to my secondary and used the sniper in the entire time. I was using the 3-burst sniper, the one that you unlock later in the levels. So if you're getting into the beta today, the 3-burst sniper, it's not that great, to be honest. There's a huge delay before the shot goes out, so you'll see me aiming at somebody and more than likely missing them or having issues hitting people because there's a huge delay between the gun spinning up and actually shooting the 3 bullets in the burst. But if you actually hit somebody with it, you're usually going to end up with a pretty nice kill. And there was a couple times where I hit somebody with which I believe was all 3 bullets from the burst, but it wouldn't kill them and leave them with a sliver of health. And I always have that issue when I play Call of Duty. I'm always leaving people at 1 health or some other issue that I have with it. But I want to digress to the fact that this skill-based matchmaking or lowered skill-based matchmaking bracket is not something that's going to save the game. I think people who have already made the opinion that the game is a DLC for Black Ops 6, or that the game is garbage, or if that the game isn't fun, or that the game is too sweaty, are not going to come back into this game. The movement and everything else in the game is just too advanced for people who just want to come home from a 9-to-5 job and not mess with kids who've been sitting on the game all day, especially on the weekend, right? You go to school or whatever it is, but most people have jobs. They don't want to come home and play this game where you're running around in this Adderall-filled, super sweaty fest. It's just not enjoyable, and you get exhausted, you get tired playing the game. I've said that before in some of my videos. You just feel like you're exhausted after a couple of games, and you don't want to continue to play. It was kind of a slog just to get through 3 or 4 more games after I played this one, because it just didn't feel like I was interested in what was happening. The game just doesn't seem to capture my interest like it did with the other one. I don't know if that's because I've been playing Call of Duty for 15 years. Like, is it time to move on from Call of Duty? It's like, I mean, it's arguably one of my favorite franchises ever, and I've seen this franchise just completely die within the last 5 years. I mean, ever since MW 2019, we thought this new engine was going to be the new future for Call of Duty, and little did we know it was the absolute downfall of what we were going to receive for the next 5 years after MW 2019. It was just awful. We saw that MW2 was awful right after MW 2019. Cold War was still the old engine for the older Call of Duty, so it didn't feel like super great, but you could tell they were trying a lot of things that were just trying to imitate MW 2019. And then we got MW2 right after. The game had no content, it wasn't fun, and they made way too many changes to the game that didn't make any sense.
I think it goes stuck inside your—
Wait, I got it!
And it just goes on and on. Every single game that's come out in the last 5 years has been within the same engine, within the same animations, within the same setup to add skins into the game, within the same setup to add microtransactions into every single living aspect of the game. And every single chance they get to make these games, it is always integrated into Warzone and the Battle Royale. It is just over and over the same crap that nobody enjoyed. And you saw from COD Next that nobody wants to play the Battle Royale. It literally was not even launching. They were trying to get people were sitting in the pregame lobby and they couldn't even fill the lobby because people at COD Next did not want to play the Battle Royale. I think they got like maybe a couple games in, but it slowly turned into them waiting for a game to launch, and they were like, realized, oh crap, we're not going to be able to show anything for the Battle Royale. There's nothing to show for the Battle Royale anyway. You guys aren't launching any of that information or any of that content into the game until what, a couple months or till the spring or whatever it was. Like, you guys are delaying all this stuff way too far, and you've already lost the audience. The Battlefield is absolutely scaring the shit out of you guys, and it is so funny to see you scramble and try to do anything to pull back some players. I don't think this reduced skill-based matchmaking playlist is going to really help anything. I think the fact that it's set into its own playlist aside from all the other ones, well, the only other one is a core mosh pit, which apparently still has skill-based matchmaking, but keeping it in its own playlist has its own set of problems as well. If you don't just set the entire lowered skill-based matchmaking across all the game modes, is the only way to actually make people happy at this point. You're giving them what they want. You've given everyone exactly what they want. That is like step one. And now you need to keep the disbanding lobbies from happening, which I do say I've seen a lot of the names that I queued up in the mosh pit game mode coming back into the same game, which sometimes can be a good thing and a bad thing. But that's always been in older Call of Duties. If you got into a bad game, the best thing for you to do was just leave and go find another one. It's not even that big of a deal. But if you have a lowered population in your game, which with crossplay there shouldn't be any issue, it's like if you're not having a good time in a match, just leave. It's not even that big of a deal until they add some kind of lever buster for leaving your games, and someone's gonna fill to take your spot. You always have someone filling in to take a spot, and you get put into games that are in progress anyway. So whether it's you being put into games in progress or somebody else, if you're not having a good time, just leave that game. The good thing about this lowered skill-based matchmaking mosh pit playlist is the fact that the lobbies connect way faster. You are able to find games so much faster because it's actually looking for your ping and looking for a stable connection. I'm finding games with ping under 10, and I haven't seen that in 5 years playing Call of Duty. It is so nice to see a game that is actually, or at least a game mode that is allowing me to use a ping that doesn't make me want to pull out my eyeballs. Like I'm sitting there playing a 60 ping game because my skill level is in some random bracket that I have to go find people across the world to fill exactly as my skill. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm definitely on the side of getting rid of skill-based matchmaking. And obviously this new game mode is giving great positivity into the Call of Duty community. This is a good, positive change, and it's like we need something positive. I always say that I'm a negative person, I'm a negative channel, I make negative content, but if you're gonna make something positive for Call of Duty and you see that people are having a positive reaction to a change that you've made, maybe that's an indication that you should probably do something about it. There's obviously going to be people out there that are going to complain, and for once I'm not complaining. I'm actually kind of okay with praising the fact that we're getting this game mode, but at the same time I just can't trust them. I can't trust the fact that they're not going to, mingle with the matchmaking system in this and slowly shove in some kind of, engagement system into this one to try to get you to stay on the game longer. I mean, you already have a million camos coming into the game. You already have a million things coming out for Season 1. There's going to be plenty of stuff to do. Just let people enjoy themselves playing the game. I enjoyed having a sniper-only lobby that I randomly found. It was my first one on skill-based matchmaking being lowered in that mosh pit game mode. It's something interesting. It is more fun than playing Red Gun Crazy Sweatfest Simulator. If Activision is actually able to pay attention to stuff like this and they realize that people have a positive reaction to them making these changes, then they really should just try to wake up. It's like, try to figure out, it's like maybe we won't lose $300 million on Game Pass or whatever it is that they did. Maybe we won't lose as many sales to Battlefield this year. If you can just realize that the things that we've been yelling about for the past 5 years is the exact thing that you should have fixed 5 years ago. It should have been fixed after MW 2019. We didn't like it then. We didn't like it in Cold War. We didn't like it in Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it's just how long were we going to sit here and not put our foot down against this? And this year we finally did. And then you have actual competition from Battlefield. And now it's like, oh, now, okay. Okay, like we got to change it now, guys. Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. But make sure you guys leave a like and comment down below. I would love to know what you guys think about this lowered skill-based matchmaking. Are you having better lobbies? Are you having sweatier lobbies? I would love to know what you guys have to say. And that's all I got. So, see you guys later. Bye.